Hi guys, how are you all? Welcome back to Soulful Knowledge. So in my channel I'm posting regarding Kundalini awakening and spiritual awakening. So if you are interested in this, you can actually follow my channel. I'm actually making in two languages, in Tamil as well as in English. So if you wanted to check only in English version, you can check my playlist Soulful Knowledge English. So today I'm going to tell about the relationship between the corona, the war, and also the spiritual awakening. So we all know that we are being in a pandemic situation, and not only that, thus everything is happening in a simultaneous way. Like even we are facing the pandemic, in the same time we are facing spiritually awakening. So in as a global, the awakening is happening, and also war is also going on. So today I'm going to tell a small comparison, so based on my experience, so how I feel this situation right now, and based on my experience about the awakening and also about the lockdown pandemic. So based on this I'm going to actually relate all those things. So for me, like from 2020 the awakening happened, so in the same time only, like the pandemic was high and we got the lockdown. So when my awakening was in peak, that when it was in high, the lockdown happened. So I had no other way to actually express it than to rectify myself. So every time the wave hit, that is the corona wave, the wave 1, 2 or 3, every time the wave hit, I would actually get the symptoms around like 2 to 3 months ahead itself. So the symptoms will be weird actually. It will be like I'll lose the smell or lose the taste. So it will not actually be like normal flu or normal viral or bacterial fever. So it was actually completely different. It was like some change is happening throughout my body, like each and every cell there was some change was happening when I hit with these waves. So luckily I was crossed without any major like illness. Every time when I hit with this wave, so it will be like my awakening was also happening. So once every time when I cleared from this wave, a corona wave, and after that immediately my awakening also will pick up. After each wave, the corona incident was very strong. We can tell that the variant became very strong. In the same way, my spiritual awakening also became very strong. So only when I handled this corona or this pandemic situation spiritually, only then I was able to come out with this situation easily. So I handled this pandemic, or my mindset actually changed. Like I can feel that is everything is happening for a reason. The nature has actually put and pause for our world, so that it is actually healing the world, I can tell. Or I feel that some frequency is increasing for this world, not only for this world, even for us. So even a cell from our DNA has actually changed, I would have said. This theoretically they will not accept that DNA as being changed, but I can feel that something has changing the world, something is changing within the body, within the mind, body and soul. So I think every living cell in this world is being upgraded. So I feel this has an upgrade happening to our world. So frequency upgrade is happening straight away. It's not actually put us to an higher frequency, rather it actually step by step the things are happening. Like slowly we got exposed, little by little, slowly we got actually immunity to face the wave. The once we got ready to face the wave, the next higher variant came, as though we are facing the higher frequency. Then again slowly we got the immunity of that, and again we are facing the pandemic right now. But sadly we have lost so much of lives. And not only that, so we can also see that the war is also happening simultaneously. The war has picked up. So everything, it is not stopping, it is like extending so almost 3 years it is not going. So it is almost we are in the situation. So the pandemic also, it's like currently again it's rising up. in China, it is peak now. So much of death is happening right now because of the zero COVID policy. We can see that they were not exposed to the corona before, but now they are facing so much of issues there. And globally, there is a threat that again the pandemic will occur and again the lockdown will happen. But the good news is that we can see that we got an immunity to face this pandemic. We are already got used to it, so we know how to handle it. What I can tell is that I've handled it spiritually. So for me, corona and spirituality, so everything was happening the same time. So when the corona eased, even my spirituality got relaxed, and from 2022 I started to the next level in my spirituality and started to do my execution for my purpose. So we don't know how it is going to transform in the future, but I think it will slowly settle down. Except for China, it's peak now, but even other countries are actually prepared for the wave to hit. But we all know how to face it. So even spiritual people will understand that they would have dealt with it spiritually. So every time the wave came, the spirituality also was strong within me. Actually, how I dealt was I actually changed my lifestyle, and perspective of life was completely changed. So everything, like my thought process, my belief system, everything was changing completely. So it is actually going towards a betterment, I would tell. So nature itself has actually taken its part to heal this world, to give us some realization. So it will be nice that everyone would change for betterment. Everyone actually realize soon that we are actually in danger, and we are destroying this world. So one thing which I like to tell is, we have become so much of selfish, we have become so much of rude, that we are destroying so much the mother earth, and we are destroying it so much. And if nature thinks that to do that back to us, in a second it can actually destroy this whole world. But it did not do that. It is trying to change us, it is trying to give us the realization, it is trying to heal this world. So we should understand that nature is very much caring for us, caring for our human being. So in turn, what we are doing right now, so I think people who are spiritually awakened, they will understand. They are actually starting to do the purpose, they are changing their life. So they are changing more environment friendly, and hope so the world goes to a better place. This is what was in my thoughts, that I would like to share, that spiritual awakening, corona and the war, everything is happening to change us, to change this world for a better place. So we are becoming like a cancer cell. As I told my previous video, I've explained clearly why spiritual awakening has come. You can check that. So in that I've told that we are like becoming like a cancer cells. So if we are destroying this world, so in turn we are only going to be destroyed. Not so currently it may be like not going to happen right now, but at one point of time we keep on continuing destroying this world, polluting this world, and one day we are also going to be destroyed within that. So but the nature is so much of taking care of us, to actually slowly make us realize, to slowly upgrade our knowledge, to slowly increase our vibration, to give us consciousness. So it is handling us so much of with care and love, and in turn we should give our love back to others, to this nature and this mother world, so that we can save our earth before it is going to be destroyed. So this is only was my concern to tell about why corona is coming, why spiritual awakening is coming. And the war, so if you see in a cyclic way, this war is happening for around a particular time period. World War I happened around 1914 to 1918, and after that only pandemic came. So around 50 to 60 million people were dead, and it was almost like 3% of the world's population. The total population was around 1.8 billion. So In World War II, again the war started. It was around 1939 to 1945. The pandemic came in later stages, and in that also around 60 to 70 million people were dead, and the population was around 2.5 billion. And if you see now, the World War III should not start, and the pandemic actually came before the war to be started, and right now it is actually in a diplomatic situation. Only two countries is involved, and it should not actually, the World War III should not actually start, because we can see so much of life, we can see the pattern happening in World War I and World War II. So much of life has been lost. So currently in Corona, we have lost almost 6 million people. Population in our world is like 8 billion. So not only in Corona, even in the war, so much of lives we have been lost. So every time in World War I, World War II, every time when the war is happening, the pandemic also followed as if to stop the war. And every time when the war came, there was a power shift was happening. In World War I, the England took the power, and it actually ruled the world till 1945. And after that, in World War II, US took the power. We all know that till now itself US is actually in power. So as a pattern, we can see that this currently we are in the shift. The war is happening, the pandemic is happening, and we know that the shift should happen. The power shift also should happen. It is also predicted, like in Nostradamus prediction or other prediction, it is also predicted that West will fall down and East will rise, and we should actually wait and see which country from East is taking the power. So all these takes some time to settle down, and sometime the power shift is happening, and till then a country takes up the decision to take up the power, we should actually wait and see. So I hope so the next shift is will be a spiritual development, because everyone are realizing right now there should be a reason, right? So the next shift, next power will be like spiritually heading the world. So definitely we are moving towards spirituality, to a betterment for a global unity. So I hope so the next country which is taking the power of the world should be spiritually leading the world, so that the world itself will be in a healing position. So okay guys, I think I have actually said my thoughts, that is the corona and spiritual awakening and war is happening for a reason, to heal this world, to actually bring the power shift, to actually lead the world towards a spiritual path for goodness of everyone, and to actually bring this world alive. Okay guys, thanks for watching. So I hope so all these videos will be useful for you. In my spirituality, I've just taken a single step to actually express my viewpoints. So thanks for watching. So this is Shobana. Bye from Soulful Knowledge.